There are hundreds of video games that I want to play right here, right now. I have on this channel before done retrospect reviews, and I haven't done many. I've only done a couple. I think Viking and Brothers in Arms are the only two that I can remember anyway doing, and I played through the game again to see if it was as good as I remember. Now, I watched a video, I would say fairly recently. I think it came out over a year ago, and I watched it back then, and I've watched it again recently, and it's something along the lines of, have you fallen out of love with video games? And in the video they go over certain topics and certain reasons why you may have fallen out of love with video games. None of them really hit the mark with me. You know, I understand all of the reasons why someone may have fallen out of love with video games. Someone used to play them all through their childhood and their teens and even maybe early adulthood, and all of a sudden they just stop playing them. They got no desire to play them. They don't understand why other people play them anymore, and they're done with it, right? And I get their reasons for that. They range from people don't feel the same about video games anymore because it's just not, they're not kids. When we were kids, we used to sit there and play video games and have absolutely nothing on our mind but what was happening on that screen. There were a few other reasons in that video why people have fallen out of love with video games, and a lot of them have to do with growing up and having responsibilities now. So a lot of people will be married, with kids, with a mortgage, with a job, and they just simply don't have the time to play them as much as they want to or at all. So is that the reason why I can't sit down and play a video game to do a retrospect review? Is that the reason why I've only completed 64% of Star Trek on the PS5? Because I just can't get myself through it? No, it's not. I was actually really enjoying my Star Trek playthrough. I picked up Star Trek Resurgence on the PS5 through Black Friday, didn't really know it existed until 3 days before I picked it up. Found out it was the Telltale team behind it essentially, and knew instantly I'd love it. And I do. It is fantastic, right? I love the story. Why have I not finished it? It's a very good question. I don't have that much time left in it, really. I've got a couple of hours and it'll be done. But I can't put it back in the console. I can't click play. I can't sit there and play it. Why? Back in the day, DLC didn't exist, and then eventually the internet came around and DLC started to become a thing. It was a way for the creators of these games to give their games a longer life. They can add new levels, they can fix bugs, so if a game comes out and it's no good and people don't like it, they can actually work towards making it a better experience. No Man's Sky is almost the benchmark, I guess, of this. You know, you can say, oh, they've done a No Man's Sky. You know, it's that kind of thing. Because when that game came out, it was atrocious. It was boring. Nothing really worked. And now I haven't actually played it myself because I'm still not willing to give it another go. I'm not over the pain of when that came out. However, from what I hear, they've turned it around. It's now a really good game. But on top of DLC, new levels, bug fixes, there's something called live content. And you may or may not know where I'm about to go with this. So loads of games have live content, but as I don't play loads of games, I at the moment only play one, and it's painful that I do, and it's not even necessarily a good game. FC24 or FIFA are the Mac daddies of live content. Every single day at 6 PM, when you log into FIFA, I'm going to call it FIFA because that's what it'll always be, there will be something new in Ultimate Team. It can be something as insignificant as a new kit, or it can be something as a brand new promotion with 20 brand new cards, a new objective, new SBCs, new packs, new this, new that. They load these things. Now this year they've introduced something called Evolutions. Evolutions is something that I've wanted in a FIFA game for the longest time. You can go back on my channel and check my older videos. It was about 2013 when I first mentioned it. Now essentially what this is you can evolve really bad low rated players into these superhuman cards that end up being very, very good. And of course the cards that never get the attention, the players that EA never really look at, are the ones that I can take from being really low rated into these world beaters. Now as a Liverpool fan, I'm trying to build a Liverpool past and present. Anyone who's ever played for the club or currently plays for the club will be eligible to fit into my squad. The issue I have is that EA seem to drop these every few days, and of course they take time to complete. I can't just sit there and do them all in one go because they take time to release and then they expire. I have a limited window to complete them. It's genius from EA because it forces me to keep checking on the game, to keep coming back to the game. They've got me in a loop and I can't escape. My point is I have to go on the game every day. I have to check to see if I can do something. And then if they release one on a Saturday, it's going to take me 2 or 3 days to get it done. By which time they've released another one. I've got to go on. I've got to get another player done. It takes hours to do this. I don't have any more time left to play other games. And I can't go and play another game and be like, do you know what? No, I'm not playing FIFA today. Gonna go play Red Dead. Every single second I'm on Red Dead, all I'm thinking about is I'm wasting time playing this when I could be evoing this card, that player, this guy. And I can't stop thinking like that. It is a never-ending cycle of misery, and I, for the life of me, can't understand why I can't stop doing it. The biggest pain in the arse for me is in 12 months' time, I know full well I will be on FC25 doing the exact same thing again for seemingly no reason. Because if you in 12 months ask me what cards I was evoing this time last year, I won't be able to tell you. I'll be like, oh, I don't know, it's last year's game now. It doesn't matter. You know, the team I have at the end of this current FIFA cycle will be completely irrelevant in October of 2024 because the brand new game will have been out and I will have started evoing different players on a different game. I will never go back to the current game because I never do with any FIFA, and eventually EA will shut down the servers of this game and I won't even be able to access it. So why am I doing it? That's the most frustrating thing. I know that, and I know that that's going to come, and I know in the grand scheme of things it really doesn't matter. And I know full well I am not the only one who is stuck in this loop, and it might not be FC24, it might be another game. I know full well that a game like Rust, for example, is a game that can hook you and will not let you go. I went through a period of time around 2016, I think. FIFA was very boring at the time. I'd gotten so good at playing a couple of games and then editing the content and getting it out within a few hours that it actually gave me the rest of the day to sit there and play Rust. And I did, until I couldn't see anymore. Like, I played it that much. Honestly, I was getting like 2 or 3 hours of sleep a night, and I was back up and I was playing and I was absolutely loving it. But where it really gets you is that every 2 weeks, for example, the server would wipe. So you'd start off on a beach completely naked with a rock, and you'd build up into having a 16-story base, full AK kits running around just shooting the hell out of anything that moves. And then in 2 weeks you'd be back on a beach completely naked where everyone else was, and you'd have to go again. And I could not stop playing. I loved it. I could not get out of the loop. Every single 2 weeks we'd be back on that beach completely naked and we'd be going again. And it was almost the same. You know, it was you could play it differently, sure, but it was rinse and repeat. Now, nothing saves. Every 2 weeks it wipes completely. You don't save anything. You can't go back and look at what you had unless you recorded it all. You can never go there again. It's gone, it's wiped, it's done. Unlike FIFA, I would never change that because my memories in Rust, for some reason, are intact. I can recall things that happened in one single wipe that happened 8 years ago. It actually is crazy. I don't quite understand it. Like, if you said to me, "Yo, remember that time you broke a TV when you played FIFA? Launched the controller straight at the screen, cracked the screen, broke the controller. Why did you do that? What happened in the game?" I have no idea. I could not tell you. In Rust, though, I can recall not every wipe, but some of them were very memorable, and I can tell you what happened in said wipe, how it went down, the redemption arc, and all the rest of it. When it comes to FIFA, could not once, not one single game, not even this FIFA, one single game, could I tell you about a redemption arc. The game I went 3-0 down in and won 4-3. I've done it, but I can't remember what FIFA, what team, what the goals were like, anything, what kit I was wearing. I had no idea. What I need is for someone to uninstall the game off my console and not let me download it. I would be annoyed for about a day, and then I would start playing other games and I would soon forget. But to get to that point, it's like starting the gym. Once you're in the gym and you're doing the workout and you're on the treadmill, it's fine. You're like, I actually quite like it. Because I know in 6 months, 12 months time, it won't matter, I won't care. But I will have the memory of playing Red Dead or Star Trek or something else. I won't have the memory of the team I currently have in FIFA. I just won't remember and I won't care. Couple of questions then. If you're stuck in this kind of situation, let me know what game it is, what situation it is in the comments. If you'd like to see me do a retrospect review of a game, it can be a 360 game, it can be a PS4 game, it can even be a PS5 game where we do a modern review. Let let me know in the comments what game you'd like to see me play. The more people that actually badger me for these type of videos, the more I will force myself to do it, because then I can call it work and there's a reason why I'm doing it. Shouldn't have to have a reason to go and enjoy myself on a video game, but if I feel like people want to see that, I will force myself to do it, and that might actually help me break that vicious circle that I'm currently stuck in. If you want to see one of those retrospective videos, you can click here, and until the next time, goodbye.